I just want to show you guys the setting. It is actually raining out here. Not too hard, it's drizzling, but hey, still finna get this video done. So this should be interesting because I haven't done a video like this while walking in the rain, but let's get to it. All right, so let's get into this. The Ancient Ones. The Ancient Ones are life forces that have been around for millions and millions of years. Millions of years. I mean, since this universe was created, literally, there's been many universes. There's been many Big Bangs. It hasn't just been one Big Bang. I swear, our scientists here, if they realize how far they were behind to what space really is, how things really are, how it really works with reality, it's kindergarten level compared to what's reality, all right, to what they know, these Ancient Ones know. Now, and it is raining out here again, but that's fine. Now, the information I'm going to give you, some of it will be some information you've heard before, because for the sake of new viewers, I'm going to re-explain what the Ancient Ones are. But the other part is information you've never heard before anywhere else. You've never heard any other YouTubers say it. You've never heard any other spiritualists say it. And that's not a knock. That's not throwing shots. The reason I say that is this information that I'm going to give you came directly from an Ancient One. And not just that, it's also information that I know myself of the Ancient Ones. Okay? Now, you may be wondering, Ty Spiritual, Ashal, you spoke to an Ancient One? You talked to an Ancient One? There are Ancient Ones in the spiritual, and there are Ancient Ones in the physical. Meaning this, there are Ancient Ones on Earth, there are Ancient Ones in the astral. I'm not going to tell you which this information came from. What I will tell you is that it came from an Ancient One. All right, when you speak about how old something is, you also got to explain how that something comes to be. How do Ancient Ones come to be? Now, there's a few ways that can happen. I'll touch on two right now, and the third will be useful for later in this video. Ancient Ones, you can be born an Ancient One, or Ancient Ones can materialize. Now, what's the difference between the two? You see, an Ancient One can be physically born through another Ancient One. That can happen. But Ancient Ones can also be materialized. Now, you might say, what do you mean by that? You see, if you're watching this video right now, as a life force, you materialized. Or as a soul, you materialized. You came to be. Your energy came to be, constructed itself, and now it is in a physical body with an identity watching this video. You get what I'm saying? But just because you materialized does not mean you're an Ancient One. Ancient Ones can materialize. They are materialized, and they are an Ancient One. They are given that role. They are given that authority. They are given that title as soon as they come to be as life force energy. But again, they can also be born physically through another Ancient One. Because remember what I told you earlier. There are Ancient Ones in the spiritual, and there are also Ancient Ones in the physical. Okay? Now, there's two sects, S-E-C-T-S, not sects, sects, all right, of Ancient Ones. The first sect are the originals. They are the ones that I just explained to you. They were born an Ancient One. They were materialized as an Ancient One. They were. They are the originals. Now, there also is a second sect of Ancient Ones. This is where that third how to become how an ancient one comes to be comes into play. Now, you can also be bestowed, you can also have the title of ancient one bestowed upon you by the other ancient ones. Now, how do you earn that authority? How? Well, you have to put in a lot of work spiritually. You have to be well respected spiritually. You have to have exceeded in many tasks that you were given. And let me be the first to tell you, those of the second sect of ancient ones, those that were knighted an ancient one, given that title, they're rare. They are not a common thing. You see, because when I watch and see many people speak of ancient beings, when I see them, they make it seem like everybody watching the video is one, everybody could be one, and this is just not one of those things. It's not at all. Those of the second sect are rare. Those of the first sect are even rarer. I can assure you that. All right? So, the first sect of ancient ones, the originals, they are born that. They are materialized that. The second sect are those that have earned the title of ancient one. Be it, they're still the same. They're still an ancient one. But it's important that you understand that there are two sects, okay? Because you see, some of you on a spiritual level, one day will get questioned about this. You got to know this. What sect are you? I'm Sect 2, okay? Who's responsible for you being in Sect 2? Who gave you the stamp of approval to be in Sect 2, to be considered an ancient one? These are what the originals are asking. You. Could be you. These are what these are the things they will ask, and they will pay attention to your answers. Because make no mistake about it, they already have the knowledge. A lot of them, they already know if you're that or not. They want to see if you know what you truly know, so they can see where you stand. Because just because somebody is Sect 2 doesn't mean they necessarily know what they need to know. Because through incarnating, being in physical bodies, you can fall off the path and trajectory that you were once on. Now they're here. Now these ancient ones are asking you questions. Now they want to know, what do you know? See, it's important to know these answers. If you don't know them, don't stress about it. You can't force yourself to know something that you don't know. But these are the things that the ancient ones will ask. For those, some, you know these answers, or aware of these answers. Now, there's some things that I can say directly, but I won't in this video. But understand what I just told you. There are two sects of ancient ones. 1, 2. Okay? When it comes to how many of Sect 1 are on Earth right now, there's not many at all. There's not many at all. Not saying there's just one and that's it. Nah. It's more here. Sect 2, there's far more Sect 2 here than Sect 1. You may wonder that. You may wonder, well, why is it so many Sect 2 ancient ones here over Sect 1s? You see, those Sect 2 ancient ones, again, they are well respected because they got that title bestowed upon them. That title is not a joke. That's something that's very, very serious. You see, there's ranks in this cosmos. The ancient ones, they rank near watchers. For those that don't know what the watchers are, I've made a video of that. They are also overseers of the cosmos. These watchers can have contact with the creator life force of this universe. They can. These watchers oversee galaxies. They do. They see life. They do. They're not supposed to intervene. I personally know a watcher that did intervene. That's a topic for another video though. But this universe has ranks, okay? The ancient ones are of a very, very, very high rank, all right? Very high rank, okay? Sect 1 and Sect 2 are of a high rank. Now, you may wonder, how does that tie into what I said earlier about why more Sect 2 are here than Sect 1? You see, a lot of these Sect 2, they're working to rank up. They're working to get bigger tasks spiritually. They're working towards what we call graduation, ascending. That's what they're working towards. You see, some of these Sect 2, they spent lifetimes preparing themselves for this life right here, to do what is needed to be done right here on Earth. They spent lifetimes preparing for this. And them preparing for this in this lifetime is setting them up for their next lifetime. Because if they achieve in this lifetime, the task that they will have in their next is far bigger than this one. The responsibility is far bigger than this one. But with high responsibility, praise comes with that. Acknowledgement comes with that. Ranking up comes with that. You see, the more they achieve, the more they do, the more they're acknowledged, the higher their rank goes amongst Sect 2. They will never be Sect 1 because you can't change that difference. You cannot change the difference and go from Sect 2 to Sect 1. No, but you can rank up in Sect 2. You can. The Sect 1s, they're kind of falling back. The Sect 2s that are ranking up are going to be getting in their positions of authority. That's going to happen. So that's why there is more Sect 2 here than Sect 1s, because it's time for the Sect 2s to step into what they're going to become. They were knighted the honor, the privilege of becoming an ancient one, but it does not stop there. With that honor comes responsibility, comes task, and it started raining again. Things they have to do. So they're very busy life forces. Finish this life, go to that one. Finish this life, go to that one. That's what an ancient one does. Okay? So to summarize that part, a Sect 2 cannot become a Sect 1 ancient one. Not gonna happen. But the authority and the rank of a Sect 2 can get higher and higher and higher. All right. And lastly, I'm going to move into the experiences of the ancient ones. Now, these ancient ones, they've used stargates. Those that don't know what a stargate is, it is a link where via one construction, you can go an entirely different place in almost the blink of an eye. I'll give you an example. Some of the Sect 2 ancient ones have used stargates, portals. One of these Sect 2 ancient ones was on a ship in space. He was with another individual. He turned around, he told that individual he was going to be back, but to stay here because that Sect 2 ancient one He was looking over a map. That map, or not even a map, more so, what's the word I'm looking for? More so a diagram of a planet with different points on it. Each and every point on that diagram, he knew he could access. He knew he could go there. So he turned around and he looked at that one that was behind him and said, "You stay here, I'll be back." He then turned around, that Sect 2 Ancient One, looked at that diagram, pressed a particular point, and the gate that he was in front of, that portal, via that ship, activated. And he stepped through, and he was gone to that exact point that he chose on that diagram, on that planetary layout. He then came back after some time, and he noticed the individual that he said, "Don't go anywhere," left. We're not there no. She was not there no more. He did not panic, didn't get anxiety, none of that. He turned around. He looked at that planetary layout, that diagram. He looked at it, and she had mapped out the exact coordinates to where she went. And you know what that Sect 2 Ancient One did? Set those coordinates, that portal, that gate, activated. He stepped through, he went through, and he went after her. So when we're speaking of experiences of the Ancient Ones, that is one. That is one I can assure you is a true one. That is one I can assure you happened. This is what even Sect 2 Ancient Ones can do. They can use these things. They fly on ships, UFOs, space. They're all throughout space while still being in physical bodies. They do this. This I can assure you, this is true. Now let's move on to Sect 1. Sect 1 Ancient One experiences. The gods. They are huge in terms of height. I'm huge. For anybody that's ever seen this anime, Attack on Titan, the Colossal Titan is the tallest Titan in that anime, apart from the founder. Okay, if you don't know these things, research these things right now. The height of the Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan, the height of the founding Titan from Attack on Titan. These Sect 1 gods, Ancient Ones, are far taller than that. Some of these Sect 1 Ancient Ones have been involved in wars. Wars that started over Sect 2 Ancient Ones because somebody messed with them. They did something to a Sect 2 that was not supposed to happen. And them doing that to that Sect 2 set off a chain reaction and started an entire war where the gods had to get involved. The gods that went to the east. It's some people that I've seen on YouTube, they've had dreams remembering this exact war, this exact thing that I'm talking about right now. They said, the gods, they went to the east. They went to the east. That happened. That did. Some of these Sect ones, they've been in many, many wars. Many wars. Many conflicts. That's how they earned that rank. That's how they established their rank. That's how they did that. But it's not just through fighting. A Sect 1 can rank up. No. It's other things that go into it. But that's one of the things, that's one of the experiences that I can tell you with 100% certainty happened. It happened. An experience of a Sect 1. These Sect 1s, they carry a lot of responsibility. A lot of it. And if you ask me, I'm sure that's why the Sect 2 was started. To hand off that responsibility, some of that responsibility, while also bringing up others that can take their place, step into their roles once they retire out. Because like I told you, these Sect ones have been around for a very, very long time. Millions of years. They go from galaxy to galaxy, traveling from galaxy to galaxy, even for a life force. From the Andromeda galaxy to the Milky Way galaxy takes over 2 million years. Think about that. As a life force coming from Andromeda to the Milky Way galaxy takes over 2 million years. And that's a close galaxy. Andromeda is rather close to the Milky Way. What about life forces that came from NGC 4696? What about life? Do you know how far that galaxy is away? They have lived a very, very long time. Their life force is tired. These Sect ones are getting ready to retire, to bow out. And now it is the responsibility of these Sect 2s. Hey, you got to step it up. You got to take my place. You got to step into this role. This is what you're meant to do. This is why we knighted you. That honor. This is why we acknowledged you, because we respect you. We see what you've done. We've given you that title. Now what do you do from here? This is how the ancient ones operate. That's how they operate. They are very, very real. And there are some Sect 2s here now that are getting contacted by Sect 1s so they can remember what they are, what they should be doing here. That's happening. That contact is happening. All right? So that is some information on the ancient ones. The information that I can give you at this current time. But as I grow spiritually, I'm sure I'll have more information to give you all on the ancient ones. As I told you all, they are very real. People may wonder, how do starseeds correlate to ancient ones? Well, what did I just tell you? Ancient ones travel galaxy to galaxy. So starseeds, not all, but some starseeds can be an ancient one. That can happen. That can happen because they came from a different galaxy. But they are very, very real. I can assure you that. And when these Sect 2 ancient ones when they finally start realizing this, especially in this lifetime, especially on Earth, since they had to forget everything that they was, but they've now worked and found themselves and found their way back to what they are. So now they're walking in that direction of knowing. Now they start remembering this stuff. Now they start getting contacted. They start hearing those voices of those Sect 1s, of their star family. They start hearing those voices. And although they've never heard them physically in this lifetime, it sounds so familiar. It sounds so familiar. The energy of it feels so familiar. So much to the point where when they're contacted, when that link is formed and they're contacting them, the entire conversation happens effortlessly. The entire conversation happens effortlessly. It does. Because it's a higher them. While they're experiencing this Sect 2, they're in a state of calm. They've gone within themselves. Yet it's like the higher version of them, the higher self of them, is speaking and connecting with these ones that, although they've never seen in this physical lifetime, seem so familiar. And the praise that they're getting from them is, it's one of the most blissful things that a Sect 2 can experience. It is. So I wanted to put this video out to give you all information you haven't heard before about the ancient ones. To put this information out so people can know, because a lot of people speak on these beings, and the information they're saying, I hate to say it, it's not accurate. It's not. I'm not telling you any of this for you to believe me. I'm telling you this stuff for you to have an understanding. And those of you that are ancient ones, you will in time see, and you will in time know that what I'm telling you is the truth. You will know it. The ancient ones are real. They can either be born into existence or they can materialize. That's how they come to be. There's two sects of ancient ones. Sect 1, the originals, the gods, high, extremely high rank in the cosmos. Sect 2, those that were knighted an ancient one, be it still an ancient one, but they were given that title by Sect 1. A very, very high honor and privilege. One last thing I'll say is this. Just because someone's life force is what people will call old does not make them an ancient one. It's way more to it than that. It's way more than just being an old soul than that. It's way more. Being an ancient one isn't a common thing. It's rare. Sect 1, extremely rare. Sect 2, rare, but not more rare than Sect 1. All right? Like I said earlier, these Sect 1s, they're getting ready to retire. They're getting ready to remerge with the cosmos. They're getting ready to. They've put in all the work that they can. Some of these Sect 1s are preparing the Sect 2s of their personal cosmic bloodline to step into their position, to step into their role as the head of their cosmic bloodline, as that one that everything is on. That's the one. We're a cosmic bloodline. Okay, we come from here. This is our language. This is our cosmic language that we spoke in this galaxy. These are the members. These are the things we were a part of, the wars we are a part of. All these things that one knows. All these things that one is being prepared to shoulder, to keep the bloodline straight, to keep things progressing. That's what these Sect 1s are preparing the Sect 2s of their cosmic bloodline to do. To be that one. The head, the chief, the king, the queen, the chiefess. This is what's happening with the ancient ones. It's a transition period. Okay? Anyways, I hope you all learned something about the ancient ones. If you found this video informative, if you like this format when I was out here walking, I know we had some rain, but I think this is pretty dope. I enjoyed it. If you like this video, please leave a comment below. If you got questions about the ancient ones, comment below. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Ty Spiritual Ashal signing out. I see you until we meet again. Simple.